So let's jump on. So what did we discuss in our last class? So many things, no? S3 storage classes we have learned, correct? So what are those storage classes that you know? Standard, frequently accessed, standard, infrequently accessed, reduced redundancy storage, one zone IA, intelligent tier, glacier, deep glacier. 7 are there. Okay. And then which is the default storage class? Standard, frequently accessed. And then we have just discussed so many things there. And if you want to move, okay, is it possible to move the objects from one storage class to another storage class? Possible. Using how? How? Life cycle management, correct? Using life cycle management, you can move the objects from one storage class to another storage class automatically. So what is the minimum number of days for infrequently access? 30 days. For glacier, 90 days. For deep glacier, 180 days. Very good. And then we discussed about yeah. So we discussed about availabilities and durabilities for each and every storage classes. And then in life cycle management, we have two actions we can do. What are those? Transition and expiration. What is that? Transition and expiration. So transition meaning you can move the objects from one storage class to another storage class. So can I move from frequently access to infrequent to one zone to some other? It's up to you, right? And then after a certain period of time, your objects can be expired by selecting expiration. And all these things will be enabled on the bucket level, correct? Okay. And then also we have learned about server access logs. You can enable the logs for the buckets. And then can you enable the logs for the object level logging also be done, correct? Where in CloudTrail. And then we discuss about CORS. We have discussed about CRR, SRR, and we have discussed about the encryptions. And we discussed also about the pre-signed URLs. Remember? Pre-signed, what is pre-signed URL? So temporary purpose, right? Temporary access so for your object. So you can generate a pre-signed URL and then give it to the users to access it temporarily. After a certain period of time, it will expire. What else? And encryptions, there are two types of encryptions. What are those? In transit and data at rest. In transit and data at rest. So in transit can be done using HTTPS and data at rest can be done through KMS. Okay. So which is a service in AWS where you can create certificates? ACM. Encryption keys, KMS. And then we discuss about S3 data consistency models, read after write for puts of new objects, and then eventually consistency of overwrites of puts and deletes. So you have to remember that. How I am remembered, you have to remember those things also. And then if you want to fastly upload the file objects to the S3, so can we use transfer acceleration? You can use transfer acceleration. I think you have not revised, correct? Okay, what I'll do is, I'll give you 5 minutes. You have already written in notes. I'll give you 5 minutes, just revise now. Because we'll be doing the practicals now. For doing the practicals, we need to get that in front of your eyes. So I'll give you just 5 minutes, guys. Online also, if you are managing your notes or panes, open the panes of S3, go with the from starting S3. From versioning, right? And storage classes, everything you go for it. So 1822, right? Let's take 5 minutes. Once you are clear on that, I'll start the practicals. Online guys, please open your paints and just go through it. Okay. All right. So have you gone through this? Got an idea now? Everyone online? Okay. So I have a small topic to be discussed before we go to the lab. Okay. So 3 topics are there. We'll finish that in one single paint. Okay. So can you please confirm? Can you see my screen and can you hear me well online? So the concept here is S3 requester pace. What is that? Requester pace. Actually, these are very small things, not required, but we should not leave. That's the reason why I'm talking about this. Okay, so this is the feature where we no need to use. If you have requirement, you can use it. So S3 requester pace meaning, generally you create a bucket in your account. You create a bucket in your account and you upload object, you access it. Or someone access it also. Who will be paying the bill? You only know. Whoever is the owner of the bucket, they need to pay the bill. So suppose you have your own bucket. I'm accessing your object. Who should be paying the bill? You only, right? You are the owner and you should be paying the bill. So now requester pays, meaning for data transfer and for the object, you should not be paying. Whoever is requesting your objects, that guy should pay. If you want to do that kind of thing, let's say, for example, I'm saying you have Netflix, Amazon Prime videos, all the videos are there. Your videos is not the movie is nothing but a file only, no, in the backend. MPV4, some file will be there. So you are accessing, you're paying in accessing it, correct? Who is paying here? You are paying it. Here also, if you have a bucket, your own bucket, and if other people or other customer wants to pay your objects and access it, you can enable it through. How do you do it? Using requester pays. But make sure that whoever is accessing your object, he should be accessing it through AWS account only. Otherwise, how does AWS will charge? He will be charging to that credit card or card details that has been attached in his accounts. So that is called requester pays. And as the name clearly says, requester pays. Whoever is requesting the object, that guy will be paying it, not you. Understood? So if you want, you can use it. Otherwise, no need. Okay. So I'll write it here for you so that you can. So in general, right, bucket owner pay all S3 storage and data transfer cost associated to their bucket, correct? So in this case, with requester pays, with requester buckets, the requester instead of the bucket owner pays the cost of the request and the data download from the bucket. Okay. So this one generally in real time, how does it will? It is helpful if you want to share the large data sets. If you want to share it to others, others can pay and use it. So the requester must be authenticated in AWS so that AWS knows where to charge in their AWS account. So remember, it cannot be anonymous. Anonymous meaning someone who don't know. Anonymous cannot be there. So this is called requester pays. And then remember, we discussed about in CloudWatch, we discussed about the events. Remember events we discussed? If someone is launching the EC2 instance, you will get the notification. Here also, we have something called S3 event notifications. What is that? S3 event notifications. S3 event notification meaning if someone is trying to upload any object in the bucket, or someone is uploading, someone is modifying, someone is updating, someone is changing the encryption, someone is adding the storage classes, someone is doing something in AWS, in S3. Can you receive a notification? And how do it? Using events notification. That is event notification. And also, yesterday we discussed S3 batch operations. Remember? So if you want to bulkily do some operations, right? Perform bulk operations on existing S3 objects with a single request. So if you want to do some bulk operations, no, SNS, S3 will send to SNS. So guys, generally, this is a certification question. In events, S3 can send it to your SNS, S3 can send it to your Lambda, and S3 can send it to your SQS also. These three services, events can be sent. And generally, which one we'll use here? SNS. Let's say you can use Lambda also. When if you want to do some automation, let's say, for example, you have a bucket, and you are forcing people to upload JPG files, JPG photos. And some people will upload PNG also, no? So you don't want to upload PNG. So what you do, if someone is uploading PNG, you will get a notification, no? You can configure to notification and write a small Lambda function script to convert this PNG to JPG. So if you want to do some kind of automations, you can send it to Lambda like that. So if you want to just a notification email, then send it to SNS. Okay, that is called S3 batch operations. And the last one we have here, S3 access points. Very important. Which one? What is that? S3 access points. So let's say, for example, this is the bucket. So this is a bucket. In bucket, can I prefix? What is prefix? Subfolder. Can I have prefixes like DevOps? Can I have folders like this? Slash developers slash sales like this. Can I have like this? And now I am maintaining only one bucket. Inside this bucket, I have so many subfolders. And how do you give permissions to DevOps? I want DevOps people only to access that folder. I want developers to access only developers folder. I want sales people to access only sales folder. In different buckets, in single bucket. Single bucket. In one bucket, I have prefixes. In single bucket, I have 3 different things. So guys, generally for DevOps, you create one bucket and you can write a IAM policy. Can we write an IAM policy, inline policy? Whoever DevOps people is logging in, they can have access only to DevOps for bucket. But here we are going with one bucket, multiple prefixes. So that means you need to go and write very critical policies, right? So instead of writing these critical policies, you can use S3 access points. So you don't need to write a big policies for this. So AWS latestly launched S3, not latestly, 1 year back. So they have launched S3 access point. So how we can do is, what this will do, it will access point, right? Simplify security management for S3 buckets. So what you can do is, you have users here, which is DevOps users, developer users, sales users. So guys, for each and every one, can we create access points? Yes. So I can create access points called DevOps access point and developer access point, and then sales access point. And all these people through access point, they can access their particular subfolder. Otherwise, you need to write a big policies to achieve this requirement. So now you can easily go with the access points concept. You can create an access point. Using that access point, they can access their particular prefixes. So here, instead of writing critical policies, what policies? Bucket policies. You can create access points to each prefix and give the DNS names to the users to access their respective folders in buckets. So this access points can be public, that meaning internet facing, or private, which is work within the VPC. Very important certification question. Access points can be public, which can be worked through the internet, and also private within the VPC. Okay, now. Is it clear till here, everyone? CC? So simply access points, meaning instead of writing a critical bucket policies, you can create an access point to a particular subfolder, give the DNS to the people, they can access their own folders. Simple. Done. So by default, when you create a bucket, it is public or private? Private. Super. Okay. Are you ready to go to the practicals? Ready? Okay. So let's move. So let's go to S3. So concentrate now. Okay. Guys, those who have done Elastic Beanstalk, so they might have one bucket got created. So everyone will see the bucket here, correct? So first let's go and delete those buckets because we need to create it, no? So let's go and how to delete it, simple. But this Elastic Beanstalk will not get deleted directly. So you need to do one thing. Go inside this Elastic Beanstalk. If you have done the practicals, go here, go to permissions. Here, bucket policy is there. Delete this bucket policy. Then only you can able to delete the bucket. Otherwise, you cannot delete it. So now how to delete it? Simple. Go in. First you need to empty the bucket and then delete. Empty bucket meaning what? No object. So just click on empty and say that it says asking permanently delete and delete it. And then delete bucket. And say that this is the bucket. Copy the bucket. This is how you delete your existing buckets, guys, huh? But I'll show you how to delete again, don't worry. So this one, I worked on synthesis, no? I mean, canaries. So that bucket also got created. So let's clean it up. Oh, did I delete canaries, guys? On the day I created, no? Okay. So let me cross check. Otherwise, Dhamel bill. All of groups. Yeah. Delete is away. Pura deleted. So see how I found candidates, because okay, now everything is clean. Okay, this is how it look like S3 fresh. Okay, now listen this carefully because these are practicals. Okay, so S3 is global or regional? Global. Do you see on the top? It is global. So there is no way that you can go and select the region. So buckets you can create in region. Buckets can be region. So here there is only one way. There is only one thing here asking for the create bucket. Should we go and create a bucket? Let's click on create bucket. Okay, bucket name it is asking. So bucket names are universal, no? Is it possible to create a bucket called test? Okay, select it, write it, and bottom click on create bucket. What does it says? Bucket name already exists. Bucket name already exists. So is it possible to create test 1, 2, 3? That is also there. My bucket, that is also there. Your bucket, that is also there. Water. Water is also there. Riya's bucket. My bucket. Why you have eyes on my bucket? Yeah. No one is there. Okay. So it is now, it looks very awkward to create Riya's bucket. Okay. So let me go ahead and create. So we are 6 p.m. right? So let's go 6 p.m. Abu. 6 p.m. By default is public bucket or private bucket? So can I call it as private bkt/demo like this? It should be unique. Okay, let's follow this. So this is the bucket name. And I told you bucket name can be in any region, correct? So which region we will select? Mumbai. And then you have here copy settings from existing bucket. Do we have any existing bucket? No. So just in case if you have any existing bucket, if you want to have the same cloning or same permissions, go and select it. So that is general configuration. Coming to object ownership. See, object ownership meaning here we have something called ACLs disabled, ACLs enabled. So if you go for ACLs disabled, that meaning it is strictly private. What is that? Strictly super private. Just a second. Okay, so it is strictly private. So now, if you're going with ACLs disable, you cannot give permissions to anyone. It is strictly private to you. So if you want to go with the private bucket, strictly private bucket, go with the ACLs disable. If you go for ACLs enable, it is still private. It is still private. You can give permissions to others. So either you can go with ACLs disable and ACLs enable. But if you want to go for public, you have to go with ACLs enabled only. Okay. So now should I go with the ACLs enabled or ACLs disabled? It's up to you. If you want to go for strictly private, go for ACLs disable. So should I go for ACLs disable? Okay. ACLs disable. So block public access. So that meaning I'm blocking all the public access. This is a private bucket, no? So by default, all the public access is blocked. If I uncheck this, what will happen? The bucket will be public. Nice. Do you all understood? Object ownership ACLs disable, and then ownership, who will be taking the ownership? Only the bucket owner will be taking the ownership, and then block all the public access. By default, versioning is enabled. Did we learn that? See, bucket versioning is disabled. So I'll not come to the versioning now. Let's create, later I'll come. Tags optional. Did I told you encryption? We have learned about encryption. No, there are 3 types of encryptions. What are those? That is, encryption can be done in 2 ways, in transit, data at rest. But in S3, see, Papa is this guy reading now. SSC S3, remember SSC S3, SSC KMS, SSC C. And I told you this also, right? If you go for EBS volumes, you have AWS/EBS. Default key is there, no? Encryption key. In S3, what we have? AWS/S3. So by default, buckets are encrypted. Answer is yes. Certification question yesterday I told. By default, buckets are encrypted. So if you come down, do you see default encryption? It is enabled now. Which one? SSC S3. So I told you yesterday, which is the most commonly used one? SSC S3 only. So it is enabled. So encryption is enabled, no problem. Who will be taking care of decryption and all? AWS. We don't need to worry that at all. Okay. And if you click on advanced settings, did we discuss about the object lock? Object lock. We can lock the object, but do we lock the object now? Not required. If you want, you just go and click on enable, but I'm not locking it. So do you all understand how to create a bucket? Simple. Give the bucket name, select the region. If it is private bucket, go with ACLs disable. and then block it and simply go and click on create bucket. Do you all understand how to create a bucket? Okay. Should we go and create a public bucket? How? Click on create bucket and call it as 6 p.m. Public bucket demo. Okay. So can I create in any other region also? Doesn't matter. I can go and create it. No issues. And this term for public, should I give ACLs enabled or disabled? ACL enabled. So, and this one check uncheck. Uncheck. So you are saying that you are acknowledging that it is public. That is fine. And then simply go ahead and then create it. Do you know how to create a public bucket now? Do you know how to create private bucket, and you know how to create a public bucket? Okay, now super. And do you see this here? The private. The first one, it says access buckets and objects not public. Whenever see buckets and object not public, that means it's a public or private? Private. In the bottom, you see objects can be public. I forgot to tell you one thing. So this is also very important. When your bucket is private, your object is private. Yes or no? When your bucket is private, your object is private. When your bucket is public, your object is no. Your object is still private. So by default, objects are private. You need to go and especially go and make it public. So by default, the nature of the object is private only. But when you go for the bucket, public bucket, your object is the private only. But if you want to make it public, you need to go and make it public. I'll show you all these things now. But this is a certification question, very little bit inside one. Please write it down. So by default, object nature is private. By default, object nature is private. By default, objects nature is private. So please write down, if you create a private bucket, object is private. If you create a private bucket, object is private. If you create a private bucket, object is private. And then if you create a public bucket, object is still private. In brackets, you can make it public required. You can make it public if required. If you want to get access by others through internet, you need to make it public. No, that's why you are creating a public bucket. Mishra, Pavinveer, yeah. Okay, now. Okay, see here, guys. So the first one is access is buckets and objects are not public. That means it's strictly private, and objects can be public. That meaning it is saying clearly private. No, it is can be public. That meaning if you can make it, that will be public. Okay, and then creation date. And if you select this here, guys, this copy content, meaning whatever the content it has, it will get copied. So basically here, previously copy ARN will be there. What is ARN? Amazon resource name. So if I want to write a policy that, let's say, if Gopi has logged into the bucket, log into the console, he should be able to access only this bucket. So that meaning for that, in that policy, I need to mention this bucket. No. So if I want to identify that bucket, how do I identify? Using ARN only. So if you want ARN, you can just click on copy content. ARN will be copied. Empty meaning deleting the objects. Delete meaning deleting the bucket. So should we go inside the bucket? This is public bucket or private? Private. So let's go inside the bucket. So for every bucket, you have these options, same options. For every bucket, you have the same objects, properties, permissions, metrics, management, access points. So let's concentrate on the first one, objects. So this is the place where you can go and upload your objects. Yes or no? How do you upload your Google Drive? Similarly, here you are uploading objects to your S3 bucket. How? Click on upload. Click on upload. Add files. Simply. So I need few. Damn. I didn't copy it into this new machine completely. Or someone deleted. Okay, can I just download few images from internet? Huh? Flowers. Wow, nice. Huh? Can I go and download? Save image. I think I have it here somewhere. Image 1, image 2, image 3, image 4. Okay, so I have copied this. Add files. And then on the desktop, I have image 1, image. I don't know what image first. Let me check. This is Naresh IT. Flower. Okay, so should I go and add it? Add files. So in desktop, I have image 1, image. Can I go and add? So how many images how much data you want to add? You can go ahead and upload and add it. Okay, while adding it, guys, you can add like this also, or you can do like this, drag and drop. I select this to drag, drop. Both are same. Okay, so I uploaded the file and destination is this bucket, destination details. Did we enable the versioning? No, that's why it is disabled. Encryption is enabled, no? SSC S3 is there. Object lock, did we enable it? No. And by the way, please remember, object lock can be done only at the time of creating the bucket. Later, you cannot do it. Please write down. Object lock can be enabled only at the time of creating the bucket. Object lock can be enabled only at the time of creating the bucket. Later, you cannot enable it. Later, you cannot enable it. Nice. Okay, see here. So this is fine. Okay, see here, guys, everyone online. So here, next is permissions. So if I open the permissions, this is the private bucket, no? So ACLs are enabled, disabled. Disabled. So will you able to give anyone to any permissions? No, it is strictly saying this bucket has bucket owner enforced setting applied on this ownership. So you are use bucket policies to control access. You cannot do it from here. And here you have properties. If you go for properties, did we learn about these storage classes? Standard, intelligent tiering, standard IA, one zone IA, glacier, deep glacier, RRS, reduced redundant storage, right? And we discuss about all these things. All are availability zones. One zone IA meaning it will be on only one availability zone. And what are the minimum days required? Minimum duration, 30 days, 30 days. Glacier, 90 days. Deep glacier, 180 days. And what is the object size we learned? 120 KB. Did we learn all these things? And retrieval charges apply? Yes. So all these things we have learned. And which one is the default one? Do you see this? So based on a requirement, you go and select the storage class. And if you feel that this object will be used regularly, frequently, select the standard. So if you feel that no, this object will be used only 1 or 2 times, let's say IA, once in a month. What is that? Once in a month. If you're planning to use only once in a month, then go for IA. So you select IA and will you access it regularly? You will get big bill because retrieval charges apply. Okay, so make sure. So select the standard one. Okay, na? Nice. Is it clear? Should I go and upload now? Huh? Yes, click on upload and click on close. Do you see image 1 and 2 got uploaded? So I'll go and delete these files again. This is how you go and delete it. Permanently delete. So this is how you go and delete the objects. And should I go and upload it again? Simply drag and then drop. Do I need to worry about anything else here? No, click on just upload. Simple, fast. Upload it. So do you all understood how to upload the files now, objects? So now if you select any of the object, you have all these options. Copy URI. What is that? URI. So it is unique resource identifier. So basically URL is different, URI is different. So this URI will be used in the CLI. Where? So it will be like S3:// the URI will be different. S3 URIs will be used on the CLIs. Okay, copy URL. Okay, see here guys, you can use the here. This is also fine. Can you click on this image? If you click on this image, further you will get so many things here. This is the URI. S3:/ bucket name and then object name. So this is the URI. And this type of URI will be used where? In CLI we'll be using it. ERN, we know this. This is what is this object? URL. If I want to access this image, how do I access? Using this URL. Do you see this? Did we learn about this URL also? HTTPS:// this is the bucket name dot service name dot region and then domain and then your object. Okay, now you open this. Can I be able to see the image? Yes or no? It says access identity. Your bucket is private or public? Your object is private. Will you be able to open this in internet? So this is access denied. So your bucket is private. So your objects will not be accessed through the internet. This is a URL, no? Through the internet. So this will not work. Because you purposefully created a private bucket. Don't tell me now I want to access it. So if you want to access, what you need to do? You need to make it public. I have created another public bucket. No, there I'll show how to access it. Understood, ma? Everyone? Right? Similarly, no? Copy URI, copy URL, object URL. You can download this. If you click on download, the image will be downloaded. Can outsider can able to download this? No, you are logged into AWS console. That's why you can able to download it. Open meaning you can open it. Delete. Can you create folder? What is this folder called? Can we say prefix? This is a prefix, no? Folder is nothing but prefix. Clear? And in here you have actions. See, here you have actions. Can you download? Yes. Shared with pre-signed URL. What is this pre-signed URL? Can we generate a temporary URL? Okay. See here. If you click on shared with private pre-signed URL, and I told you how much time you can make this URL available to the users. You can go with the minutes. You can go with the hours. Maximum how many hours? 12 hours. So let's say I'll put 5 minutes. Can it generate one URL? Click on create pre-signed URL. Do you see this? URL is in copy pre-signed URL. Copy it and open this. You see this? Here there is one thing, guys. My bucket is private or public? Object is, but when I create a pre-signed URL, I can open this. So for pre-signed URL, doesn't matter if the bucket is public or private, doesn't matter. So pre-signed URL will always work. Okay, so please write down. So pre-signed URL will work for the private objects also. Pre-signed URL will work for the private objects also. Private and public objects, both you say. Okay. Okay, na? Okay, see, I made, how many minutes I have mentioned this? So should I leave this URL like this and I'll come back after 5 minutes and refresh this, whether we'll be able to see it or not? Okay, I'll leave it just like that and I'll come back. Do you all understood how to generate the pre-signed URL now? Yes, that is pre-signed. You can calculate the total size of the objects. Can you copy, move, rename, edit? Rename object meaning you can rename the object image1 to something else. Guys, come on, we are not kids, huh? So here you have edit storage class. What is the storage class we have? Standard. Can you change it to infrequently access if you want? Yes, edit this and then change it if at all you want. Select this and then can you edit the encryption? Remove it and then you can disable it. You can do it. You can edit the tags and I'll come to this point later now. So query with S3 select. S3 select meaning this one, this will not for the images part. So let's say you have any CSV file or JSON files, or you have any CSV files. What you can do is you can see Amazon S3 select to retrieve a subset of data from object using SQL queries. If you have any data like logs and all, or any Excel sheet, you can retrieve it through the queries. So this is not required for now. So you can write a queries here and then you can use it. Okay. So do you all understood all the options here? Everyone? And find the objects by prefix. So if you have so many thousands of objects, can you go and search it here? You can search it. Clear? Huh? This is the public, this is the private bucket, private objects. Should I go to the public bucket and see the difference? Let's go to the public. Do you see the same things out here? Yes, object is there. Can I go and upload the objects now? Yes, let's go and upload, add. I'll go image 1 and 2. And then upload. So guys, now I have uploaded it. Okay, I have uploaded it. So now I open this URL. Will this work? Again, so if I open this, this will not work because the objects are private in nature. So we need to make it public, no? So how to make it public? See here, select the object and then in actions, do you see make public using ACLs? You need to click this. Once you click on this, then this object will become public. So should I open this now? Open this URL now. Let's see. See this? Image 2, can I open it? Image 2 will be opened? No, because I have not given any public access for that. So whichever you need, we can give the public access. Whichever you don't need, you cannot give it. See how can we can control it. Question? No difference between these two now. These meaning which one, Murli? Ma, is it clear? Any questions still here? Slowly, aram se. Yes. Everyone CC online? Okay. See guys, now after this search box, what is it? In private, why it is not working? You mean Mishra? In private bucket, why object is not working? Why the object URL is not working? This is your question? That is strictly private. Okay, so if you're asking if that is question, if the question is why what is that? Make public using ACL, that is disabled in the private one. Why is strictly private? What did we enabled ACLs disabled, we made it, no? That's why that make public using ACLs. ACLs disabled. If you made ACLs enable, you can make it public. If you're going for ACLs disable strictly private, you cannot make it public. Okay. Okay. Now, do you see this guys here? After this test plot, do you have anything else here? See here clearly, watch it. After this search box, do we have anything here on the right side where my cursor is moving? Nothing is there, correct? Now, let me go and create one more bucket. Let's work on versioning. Very simple. See, click on create bucket. 6 p.m. Guys, versioning can be enabled for your public also, private also, doesn't matter, correct? Bucket is bucket, inside is. So versioning is any related to your end customer? No, it is up to you. So it can be a private bucket, it can be a public bucket. So should I go and create a private bucket again? So private BKT version demo. Can I create like this? Okay. See guys, ACLs disable. If you disable this, that make public using ACLs, that will be grayed out. Simple. Okay. So I'm going and strictly making it private. So bucket versioning, what we need to do? Enable this and then go ahead and create the bucket. So go inside it. After this search box, do you see what is this here? Was it there before? Buckets which doesn't have versioning enabled, you cannot see this toggle. So whichever you have enabled, you can see it. Okay, now let's play with this. Upload. Should I go and upload image 1 and 2? Image 1 and 2, go and upload. Upload it. Upload it. Close. See now. So now, if I click on show versions, how many versions should be there? Only one. Do you see this here? Do you see this? Only one version. So I toggle off. Should I go and upload it? Now I go and upload the same files again. I uploaded how many times now? One time. Okay. Again, I'm uploading. See. This is the second time. And again, I'm uploading. See. How many times I uploaded? Total 4. So if I go and click on show versions, how many I can see? 1 is latest and 3 are versions. So let's click on show versions. Why it is showing like this? Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, do you see this? This is the image 1. Actually, the console should look very clear, but somehow the console is not good somehow. Yeah. So do you see this here? This is image 1. This is the latest one. Inside this, do you see the symbol L? Inside this, you have 1, 2, 3. Yes or no? This is the latest version. And inside this, you have 1, 2, 3. And for image 2, this is the latest, and you have 1, 2, 3. See, these are all the versions. Did we learn this? Can you go ahead and download the older versions if you want? Yes. Now, I toggle this, and now I went and deleted this object. Which one? Image 1. Should I go and delete this? My object 1, image 1 is gone. That meaning someone deleted it. Do I see image 1? Can I restore it now? So what I need to do? Show versions. And what marker is applied? Let's see. For image 1, what is marker applied? Whenever you see delete marker for your object, that meaning your original object is deleted. How to restore it? So can I select this delete marker? Is it possible to download the delete marker? No. Do you see this? Grayed out. Can I go and delete this? Delete the delete marker. Delete the delete marker. And once you deleted it, can I see my object image 1? Do you see? Image 1 is back. Live versioning concept. How many times you delete? Okay, now I delete everything. I'll delete everything. Can I restore it? Can I restore it, Nana? Nothing is there. Can I restore it? How? Simple. Show versions. And you see delete marker is there for image 1. Select the one. If you come down, delete marker is there for image 2. Select this and then delete those delete markers. Got it? And then show version. You see 2 images now back. So this is how, if at all accidentally your objects got deleted, if we have versioning enabled, then only you can restore it. Can you restore it if you don't have enabled the versioning? If you cannot do that. Clear? Emma? Clear? Okay. Now, is it possible to suspend the versioning? Okay. Should we go and suspend it and see? No, there will not be any 1, 2, 3 versioning here. So if I click on show versions, there will not be 1, 2, 3 versionings. No, they'll not be. See, in theory, to make you understand, I mentioned that version 1, version 2, version 3. But here, how do you identify the different versions? You have this is a main file. And then this is you had, and you see the timestamp here. So based on this timestamp, last modified, you can find out which is your latest version or which is the older version. Okay. So now I was talking about suspend, correct? So is it clear, guys? Everyone on the object section, everything we have seen. So let's go to properties. Click on properties. And you see the bucket overview is there. In which region and what is the ARN, when is creation date. And do you see this here, bucket versioning? We can go ahead and edit and suspend it. But here, a very important certification question you have. See, just imagine in your production environment, in your real time, in production environment, this bucket is really important in your production environment. Can your team members can come and disable the versioning? Very bad, no? It is your very important bucket, which is used in the production customer, and backup is very important. And you are someone in your team members can come and can go and edit and suspend the versioning. No. How can we restrict that? So guys, here you can enable MFA delete. What is that? It is an additional layer of the additional layer security for this bucket versioning. So that meaning if you want to go and enable, if you want to go and disable the suspend, if you want to go and suspend the versioning, you need to enable the MFA. Okay. So this is very important. See here, an additional layer of security that require MFA for changing bucket versioning settings. And that too, this setting cannot be done here. It has to be done through the CLI only. Okay. Please write down this. Very important. You write bucket versioning, heading bucket versioning, heading bucket versioning. Below that, MFA delete. Bucket versioning. Below that, MFA delete. Okay. MFA delete. Colon. An additional layer of security. An additional layer of security that requires MFA for changing bucket versioning settings. For changing bucket versioning settings. And permanently deleting object versions. And permanently deleting object versions. This full stop. This feature can be enabled through CLI only. This feature can be enabled through CLI only. Okay. Important. I said permanently deleting. So now you have the versioning. Someone can go and delete the versionings also, no, in the backend. Is it good? It is not good. So if you went someone back your old versions, someone deleted it, it's very hard. If just you want to back it up, you don't see the versioning, and it is very dangerous. So in order to go and have an additional layer of security for MFA for suspending it, you need to enable this. Okay, see here, guys. Should I go and disable this here? Bucket versioning, edit it. And there is no concept of disable. I said you cannot disable it. You can only suspend it. So click on suspend. When you suspend it, existing objects will be changed. I said existing objects will not have any impact. So you acknowledge it and then click on save. So now the versioning is enabled or suspended? Suspended. You are suspended, my honor. So now it is suspended. Now I'll go and upload images. Today. Now I will go and upload. Should I go and upload image 3 and 4? Image 3 and 4, I upload it. Can I upload multiple times now? Same image? So I'm uploading, I'll upload 2 times. So 2 times. I'll upload 1 more time. So I upload 3 times total, 3 or 4 times, correct? And if I click on show versioning, do you see any versioning for image 3 and 4? If you show versions, image 3 and 4, do you see any versions? Because you have suspended it. Because you have suspended it. Okay, now, and now I go and delete image 3. I'll go and delete image 3. So can I restore it? But I told delete marker will be applied. Yes, delete marker will be applied. If you click on it, delete marker is applied. Do you see? Whatever we have learned in theory, it is same. Delete marker is applied. And if you go and delete this, will you able to retrieve the file? Answer is no. Because it is suspended. It's gone. Image 3 is gone completely. Now it is suspended state. Can I delete image 1? Image 1. Can I restore it if I delete? Huh? That's what we learned, right? Let's see. Show versions. Image 1 deleted. So let's see. Image 1 is back. Image 1 is back. Existing objects doesn't have any impact. Understood the versioning? And like this, you can do any kind of permutation combinations while you're doing the lab. Delete that, update this, delete that, and thus you this, that. You can do whatever you want. Is it clear, ma, on versioning part, everyone? Okay. Now, interesting thing is in your lab. Now enable the versioning. Now enable the versioning. Image 4 is there, no? If we enable the versioning and delete image 4 and see whether you're able to retrieve it or not. Huh? Yes, sir. You will be able to retrieve, yes or no? Should we try now itself? I wanted to give it to the task, but it's just a matter of doing it, right? So should I go and enable this? Enable the suspend, enable the versioning. And then go inside this and delete the image 4. Image 4 was uploaded when it was suspended, correct? So delete. I went and deleted. Sure. What? Which one we deleted? Image 4. Delete marker is applied. Should I go and delete it? Huh? Let's see. Sure. So if I show this, image 4 is back or not? Huh? Yes or no? How many say yes? Click on show. Image 4 is back. When you enabled it, you will get the, so it will take what is called, what is the word that I should use? Precedence. What is it called? Priority. So enabling the versioning will take the priority. So if you have suspended also, image 4 we have uploaded it at the time of suspension. Later we have enabled it. If we enable it, now the versioning is enabled. So if you delete any of it, delete marker will be applied. As versioning is enabled, if you delete the delete marker, it will be restored because versioning is enabled. But ulta, because versioning will take the priority. So it doesn't matter if it is suspended or not suspended. If it is have a versioning, you will get the file back. That's why I wanted to do this in your lab. So you made it to do. I understand your, but thing is that is how it is here now. Okay. Okay. So you all understood versioning, guys? Everyone? So now we see the versioning, we see the tag, default encryption, we have enabled, disable it. I'll come back to this. Here we have server access login. Remember we learned about server access logging. What is server access logging? What is server access logging? Huh? Oh, open the book and see. Open the book and see. Online people are saying already. Bucket access logs. What is that? Bucket access logs, right? After LCM, we have discussed. After LCM. What is LCM? Lifecycle management. Okay, so here, that is, you should not forget the wordings. Huh? So server access log, that meaning bucket access, bucket logs. See here now, this is a bucket, 6 p.m. private bucket version demo. I want to know who is accessing this bucket. I want to generate the logs. Who is accessing this bucket? I want to generate the logs. How do you do it? Simple. Go ahead here and then edit, enable it. Simple. And is it good to create the logs in the same bucket or different bucket? As per the best practice, logs you can generate in the same bucket or a different bucket. It's up to you. You can go with the same bucket also. You can go with the separate bucket. Best practice is to create a separate bucket. So can I go ahead and create one bucket now? Log bucket, create bucket, and I call it as 6 p.m. log BKT. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and then create bucket. So I go to the version demo, and how to enable the logs, guys? Go ahead and then edit, enable it, browse. Which one? 6 p.m. log bucket. That's it. So whoever is accessing this bucket now, all the logs will be generated inside the bucket. Okay. I'll come back to this. Event notifications. What is that? Event notifications. So event notifications meaning, I told you this already, just now, today only we discussed. Now, so if something is happening in S3, you want to get a notification. Let's say someone has uploaded. Uploaded is nothing but in the API, we call it as put. Someone is putting, someone is deleting, someone is modifying, or someone is enable the replication, someone is enabling the delete marker, someone is deleting whatever the actions that you are doing it in the S3. If you want to get whatever the events that is happening in S3, if you want to get a notification, this is the one. How to do that? Simply create event notification. And then see here, Nana, event name, can I call it as test event something? You can give it. Prefix. See, you have a bucket. In bucket, you might be having different folders also, no? So you want to know, you want to get a notification that is happening on the entire bucket or only particular folder. It's up to you, no? It's up to you whether you want to go with the entire bucket. And if you want to know, no, I want a notification, whichever is happening in the entire bucket, enable this. Or else if you want to go with a particular prefix, select the prefix. Prefix is nothing but subfolder. And there is suffix also. If you're interested only in the particular file, .jpg, .xls, .ppt, .doc, or .something, if you're interested in those files to get notifications, select that. Okay, what are the event times that you are interested? All objects create events, put to, post to, copy, multi-part upload, whichever is happening, you will get a notification. Or object removal, object restore, anyone is changing ACLs, tagging, reduce redundancy, anyone is enabling, replication anyone is doing, lifecycle anyone is doing, intelligent and everyone selecting. So it is up to you, no, whichever the requirement. Based on a requirement, you just go and select it. On what you need to get a notification on which event you are interested in. Select it, and then to whom you need to send the destination. If you want to get a notification, SNS selected. Just now, today only we discussed, no, what are the 3 services that you can send? SNS, Lambda, SQS, certification question. So S3 event notification can be sent to these 3 services. So select the SNS, and do we have which 6 p.m. batch topic, and click on save. But if I click on save, one error will come. I know. Let's see. You see that? I want that error you to fix it. It's easy, macha. It's easy only. No, you don't get anything there. So unable to validate the following destination configurations. Yes, if you copy this and put it in Google, you will get the first solution only. You need to fix it. Okay, will you fix it? Okay, fix it. There is no option, fix it. Okay, so select this and then, okay, click on, you fix it. It is very easy. It's one small configuration you need to do in one service. I know that. I don't want to tell that you, but that manja is different. If you find out and fix it, that is different. Fix it. Okay. So that is event notifications. Okay. Event bridge. Guys, remember event bridge we learned? All the events will be sent to event bridge only, no? But here, S3 events also, if you want to send it to event bridge, you can just enable it. There is nothing here on. That's by default. In event bridge, do we get S3 events? No. If you enable this S3 events, you will get it in event bridge. From that event bridge, can you do any kind of operations? You can do it. So don't on it. Fine. Okay. Transfer acceleration. What is transfer acceleration? I said. If you want to upload it fastly to any other service, you can use this. And what is the backend it uses? CDN it uses. But do you do it now? No need. Don't do it. Just ignore that. See here, click on edit and just enable. That's it. It will give this URL. Using this URL, even I can upload. And do you see it? Which will incur an additional fee. But it's just a matter of enable. But do you know the concept? Yes, that is enough. Okay. Requester pace also, just now we discussed. You don't need to do it. But requester pace is meaning who will be taking the cost? Requester will be having the cost. User will be taking it. Okay, na? So guys, this one is also AWS CloudTrail data events. This data events, basically server access logs, you can get it here. Server access meaning bucket access logs, you can get it. But if you want to get object level log, from where do you get it? CloudTrail. So you need to go to CloudTrail and get it. So configuring CloudTrail, this is also not required because if you click on CloudTrail, you have so many events are happening. I'll show you here quickly. Do you see this? On the left side, you have event history, no? So do you see this? Put bucket notification. Who is doing? I'm doing it, no? All the information is getting captured here. Each and everything. Just now I enabled SNS, no? I created a bucket. So everything, and which is a resource also, everything is getting logged over here. So like this, if you want a specific object to be configured or logged, you can configure it here. But this is advanced. When you go for any auditing and monitoring kind of things, there you can enable this. So guys, do you have 5 minutes online? Okay, I'll show you within 2 minutes. I'll show you how to set up a website on S3. Okay, it will be very fun. Not fun, it's very quick. So first of all, if you want to set up a website, you need to have a website now with you. HTML files you should have. So can I go and download one sample HTML template in Google? Hey, by the way, this is on pre-signed URL, no? Can I refresh this? Gone. Remember? Pre-signed URL. 5 minutes. Okay, so let's go to here and I say sample HTML template download. Okay, download some sample. So go with the first link only. Okay, I'm downloading some. Okay, which one you want me to download? This one, Bricker something. Whichever you want, you can download it. Okay, should I go with this? Download. Okay, download. Do you see? I downloaded. So open this. Cut. So I'll put it here. Can I extract and extract all? See this? Assume this is a sample website I have. Does it have HTML? HTML also? I mean index.html. Okay, now I want this website to be up and running on S3. How do we do it? Listen this. Should we go and create a bucket now? New bucket? So this bucket should be public bucket or private bucket? Public bucket, correct? Fantastic. So can I call it as 6 p.m. Website demo? Yes, simple. ACLs enable, disable? Enable. Check, uncheck? Super. Your wish, bucket versioning. It's mandatory to enable a version. It's up to you. Okay. So just go in and create a bucket. Okay. Simple. Website demo is there now. Go inside. Can I upload all the files now? Yes. Can I drag and drop all these things? Select. Boom. Okay. And 52 files are. So by default, all these objects are public or private. So what I need to do for all these objects? Make it public. How? Close. See here, guys. So I need to select all, no? Actions. Go ahead and make public. You all understood till now what I did? Simple, no? Now go to properties. Go bottom, and then what you need to do it? Static website hosting, enable it. What is the start a landing page? Index.html, index.save. Come down. You see the URL now? Do you see this? Guys, static website, couple of seconds. Do I need to worry about performance, high availability, scalability, elasticity issues? No, nothing. I can simply have this website just like that. See? Okay. And this is a nasty URL. So if you want to make it nicely, go to Route 53 and make a nice URL. But when you go to Route 53, again, I do this and I'll make it clear them. Do you all understood how to set up a static website now? Will you able to do this? Huh? Excellent. Okay. So tasks. Okay. First take the screenshot, then I'll show you the task. Let me know once done. Any questions meanwhile, ask. Okay. So then the task would be, okay. Task. Let's go to S3. Okay. See here, guys, quickly. We still have pending. Okay. See here, guys. I think you can do all these things. One exploring task I'm giving for you is access points. So do you see in the bucket? If you go inside the bucket, on the last one we have access point. It's very simple. I told you, can you create access points with VPC also? Without VPC also you can create it. Without VPC is nothing but through internet public. So what you need to do is simply here, create one bucket and create subfolders, right? And give permissions to create create access point for each and every prefix. Simple. But I want you to go and easy. It is easy only, but I want you to go and do it. Okay. So, oops. Okay. I have given the option. I have given how to set it up also. So here, so this is the task. Damn. So 6 and then okay. Oh, hold on. Now take it. Okay. So how to delete the buckets, guys? Make sure once you are done with all these things, make sure you go and delete it. Okay. So okay. See here how to delete it. Select it. First you need to empty it. Click on empty and say permanently delete. Delete. Once you delete it, do you see this on the top? You see delete bucket configuration. You can click on that also, or you could come back and then delete the bucket. So click on it and then you can delete the bucket. Guys, I'm telling you, if you do the task that what I'm giving, it will be superb. I'm telling you, you will get till 3 years of experience of people who will be doing all these things. So the task which I'm giving is very, very, it's useful for you guys in real time. So meanwhile, any questions? Sorry, I took extra time. Any questions? Meanwhile, I'll keep on deleting this. So private bucket, empty it. Delete configuration. And by the way, tomorrow, take your time and then complete your practicals and we'll meet on Monday. Anyways, you have these rains also, no? So by Monday, I think everything will be settled on. Before delete versioning is disabled, no need. You can just go ahead and delete it. Guys, don't restrict with only my task. You can go here and there and then try to do. Okay. You can check in WhatsApp group, Vijay Kumar. Someone might have shared. So guys, see here, once you have completed your practicals, make sure you delete and come back with your normal thing like this. Okay. And like this, and static website also, download it from internet and then enable it. Okay. Super. Vijay Kumar, in Google Classroom, I think in Google Classroom, we are in Google Classroom, no? Can someone share the WhatsApp group link there? Right? So no, those people who has not in the WhatsApp, join that using that link. Someone will put it in the classroom. Can you give the final CC for today, please? Check with admin. Google, so to get the Google Classroom link. Excellent. So tomorrow there is no class, obviously. So generally for this batch, I'm not taking Saturdays, but other batches, I'm taking it. Somehow I feel a little bit. So complete your practicals by then. Okay. You have 2 days. Please complete your practicals. Tomorrow, if you can come here and then do the lab also, that's fine. Mentors are there for you. So, okay, good. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you on Monday with the continuation of this S3 practical. So until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day and have a nice weekend and good night. See you on Monday. Bye-bye.